Hey! Back again, Moonlight Library. I'm doing a TBR, my first TBR today. It's going to be a fall TBR, so it's going to be, I guess I'm going to do it seasonally. Yeah, today, the day I'm posting this, is technically the first day of fall, the 22nd of September. Not right now, this is like a number of days before the 22nd of September. But, yes. So hopefully I'll finish the book I'm reading right now and be able to go into my TBR. So I have a couple of things to walk through with you. A couple of books, TBR meaning to be read. Yeah, I decided to go seasonally because sometimes I feel like certain books match certain seasons. I'll probably read more books than what I show you, but these are the ones that I want to read over the fall. So let's get into it. We're gonna start with September, like the last weekish of September, what I'm gonna be planning on reading. I'm switching my order. I was like, wait a second, let's not start with the one that everyone's read. Let's talk about a different one first. So this is my book club book by October, sometime in October when we meet. Do I remember what day? No, my calendar does, yes. What's Left of Me Is Yours by Stephanie Scott. This book, it takes place in Japan, I believe, and it follows, they have like this job that is a professional breaker-upper, basically. So a person, say you don't want to date your person anymore, and you're like, oh, but I don't want to break up with them. You hire someone to go break up with them for you. So in this, though, there's like also, it's partially mystery, I guess. It's like a legal thriller. That's what it says right there, a gripping legal thriller. So what? And like it talks about the conviction rates in Japan being like, I think like 98 or 99% of people brought to trial are convicted of whatever it is, which is nuts. I mean, I guess we have a really high conviction rate in the US too. I looked that up and I was like, wait a second, what? Not funny. Kind of scary, but yeah, this seemed pretty interesting. I hadn't heard of it, so I was like, yeah, let's get on that. Let's get on that. That was a funny thing to say. It's like a new book from 2020. Don't know why I haven't heard of it, but I'm glad to be reading it now because it sounds really interesting. And I haven't read a legal thriller or like mystery or anything like that in a long time. Especially taking place in Japan. What? I want that. I love novels that takes place in Japan. If anyone knows me, they know I'm a Murakami fan. I sure am. Okay, so the next one, my more, I guess it's mainstream because everyone's reading it or has read it, and I'm a little behind the times, and I was like, I need to do it. I need to do it. Oh, what is that on the floor? Nothing. That's Bennett's The Vanishing Half. I feel like everyone knows what this book is about, but I will lightly surmise it. It's kind of like a family epic, I guess. I didn't realize that until recently. About these two twins. And so the twins that are from New Orleans, you know, I really don't know much about it. I feel like when it comes down to it, it's like, Rachel, you're not explaining this well. Because guess what? I haven't read the book. So that's what we got. I'm going to read this real fast. So Southern Black community, racial identity, twins, like I said, one of which decides to be white passing. It's in the South. The other one goes back to their hometown, I think. And then it's just kind of the story of like who they are and all of that and what happens. It looks really interesting. A lot of people are talking about it so much that I'm like, I have to read this book. I must know. I must see what's happening. What are the people talking about? Yes. So next up, like most people, I'm putting this in here because I'm like, Rachel, you gotta finish this book. It's Stephen King. You can see how far I am. Yeah. That's been on and off for about almost 3 years now, me reading this. Is it that I don't like it? No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I keep putting it down and reading other things. It's really long. It's really long. We all know it is. Pennywise the clown, scary. Kids, let's defeat it. Ooh, he shows us our fears. And then they're like, no way, defeat that. And then, oh, he came back. Goes back and forth between the children and the adults. Yeah, that's my rundown of that one. I am very excited to finish this. I will be finishing it. I swear to God, I will finish it very soon. I have something planned. Please, let me finish you. We're not going to pick that one yet. The next one is John Dies at the End. This is the same sort of thing where, hello, things falling over. Been meaning to read this book for a long time. John Dies at the End is kind of like a weird horror thing where I was told not to read the synopsis, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's horror elements, it's strangeness, it's, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be very Welcome to Night Vale. I'm very at the beginning of this one. I started it recently, trying to get a little bit of a horror theme going on for October, obviously. I do that most of the time because who doesn't like a scary book? Some people don't. I do though. That was a stupid question. Dang it, I lost my spot. I can kind of still see it. It's fine. We're good. Okay, saved it. I saved it. Should be weird. Should be strange. Am I gonna explain anything to you about it? No, because I really don't know much. I don't know much because I was told not to know much. Seems like ghosts, maybe? Yeah. Demons? Possession? I don't know. Look at that hand. Whoop. Next up, another book I've been working on for a long time. Do I still even have a page indicator? Oh God, I didn't. No, I thought I got further than that. That just seems ridiculous. This is a collection of short stories. It's Wormwood by Poppy Z. Brite. Poppy Z. Brite usually writes horror fiction. I haven't read anything else of theirs, but I'm excited to read this one or finish it. Some weird short stories. I remember the first one was like, what in the hell is going on sort of thing. So I'm excited about this one. Horror short stories. I'm going to be scared during October. That's what I'm thinking. That is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm trying for. That's a goal. That's a life mission. October is for scary times, but not like real scary. I just like looked over into a dark room and I was like, oh my God, maybe it is real scary. No. Where are all the animals when you need them? That's another one I'll be reading. The last October one, because I was like, don't plan too far. I mean, this is pretty far, planning all of fall, but don't plan too much. Because, no, you don't trust you. That's how I felt. Last one's Mexican Gothic. Okay, this feels like spooky house ghost story, Mexico. Yeah, seems good, seems creepy, sleuthy. I kind of like haunted house, sleuthy whatevers, like Home Before Dark or Supernatural Enhancements. That was a good one. Mexican Gothic seems really interesting. I know that I've heard a lot of people have really enjoyed it. I thought it'd be a nice Halloween read for me. I was thinking, don't plan too much for November because you're in grad school and that's close to when you're gonna have to write your research papers and such and big projects. So go light, go easy, but at the same time a November feeling to them. I don't know what a November feeling is, but this is what I chose. So the first one, I have never read an Agatha Christie, and I was like, Rachel, let's do it. Look at that blue pages, super cute. So this is 13 at Dinner. Oh, this is a Perot. Interesting. So it's an actress, her husband ends up dead, but the actress has a really good alibi. And what does Perot do? So I got this at a bookshop in Gainesville a long time ago when I used to live there, Gainesville, Florida. And I was like, not everyone lives around here. I don't know. I mean, I guess UF is a big school. I didn't go to UF. Anyways, I just lived there. So 13 at Dinner, I was at this used bookstore there, and I was talking to the owner, and he was saying, oh, you haven't read an Agatha Christie? That's crazy. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. I've just never read that. Also, I didn't read much mystery at the time. I don't read that much now, but I do a little bit. So he was like, I'm just going to give you this one. I really like this one. And this is a good starter one. This is what you're going to be reading. Are they going to eat dinner? Are there 13 of them at dinner? That's not what it says on the back. I guess we'll see. It is a dinner party, it seems. So we'll see about that. I thought that looked pretty interesting. And I was like, we're going to do it. Next one, Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. Or is it Fredrik? Fredrik. I'm going to say Fredrik. Because I don't know. This is like a bank robbery that never happens, I guess is how it's always explained to me. I've never read a Fredrik Backman, but I was like, why not? Why not test new things? That's what November's for, I guess, is trying new things. I always thought like Fredrik Backman's books were supposed to be like lighthearted, cute books, but I really don't know what they're like. I feel like after having read a couple of the synopsises of other books, I was like, wait a second, or like hearing other booktubers talk about them, I'm like, maybe he's not what I thought he was. I don't know. I work in a library. A lot of like older people read these books. Not saying that they only, oh my god. Okay. I didn't explain that well at all. Okay, so a failed bank robber takes people hostage in an open house. I thought it was a failed bank robbery that people were a lot of people involved in. I don't know. Who do I get my information from? It's definitely not like the spines of books. It's like this game of telephone. Or maybe I just don't understand people. Anyways, I'm going to read this book. Seems interesting. High stakes, maybe. But also, maybe there's a love interest. I feel like she's going to fall in love with him. And that's what I think. So I'm going to read the whole book anticipating that. Yeah. Next up. Oh my god. Oh, calm down. I didn't even... Okay. They don't have pronunciation guide. When do they ever have pronunciation guides on the spinal flap? Spinal flap? That's stupid. Susanna Clarke, she wrote Strange Doctors of the Strange. Maybe it says it in here. Jonathan Strange. Okay, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I never read that, but I was like, I'm gonna read Piranesi. I don't know how to pronounce it. What's wrong with me? I don't even know what this book's about. I was just like, mythology and like cool cover. Whatever. I'm gonna read it, I guess. It feels very November. I didn't even pick any books for December, even though fall goes into December. But in my head, I'm like, no, fall stops in November. You frickin' dumb. but it doesn't. So whatever, maybe some of these will linger on into the future of December. Ooh, Infinite Rooms. Ooh. You know, I think I did read the synopsis for this and I was very like House of Leaves, but not House of Leaves coming off of it. Ooh. Ooh, not afraid. He's not afraid. Sounds pretty interesting. So Piranesi is like wandering this house, exploring this house, and he's helping something called the Other, like a figure or something. I don't know. I feel like it's something that I'm gonna enjoy. It's not that long. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna like it. Seems interesting. Did I explain that much about this book? No, I really didn't, I don't think. I don't know how much I explained about any of the books. But you know what? That's what you get when I haven't read the books yet and I'm just going off my feels. My little feelers. Trying to figure it out. So stay tuned. I guess you'll find out at the beginning of November in my October wrap up what I actually read. Well, I guess you're also going to figure out what I read at the end of September too, in my September wrap up. See if I stuck with anything. Hopefully I do. Hopefully I do. I was only picking books that I own, not books that I'm going to get from the library or audiobooks I'll listen to. So there will be a splattering of other things. Splattering? Smattering? No. Slathering. Slabbering. Yes. I feel like I've gone downhill during this video. There's a moment where I just started laughing hysterically. Okay, thanks for coming in to my house. Thanks for joining me in this little TBR funness. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for entertaining the idea that I am a person that reads books that you might want to read too. Thanks for everything. Yeah, once again, I love you. I love you. I'm so happy that you joined me today in my little reading nook. My corner of corner of tales. I want to say tales, but I want something that starts with like candy. Candy corner. That's not it. Okay, whatever. Thanks for book time. TBR, we shall see. Who knows?